associated with it. Let's speak now to Josh Wheeler, founder of Be Broadcast. It's a broadcast public relations consultancy. Great to talk to you. Thanks for joining us, Josh. How damaging has this all been, do you think, to wireless?
I think it's been incredibly damaging. It's a perfect textbook case of seeing exactly how many years it can take to build up a reputation, but just damage it in seconds. The fact that it isn't going ahead this year, I think, is testament to just how difficult this has been. It is, though, a textbook PR failure. You have a major youth culture platform booking a deeply controversial artist in the middle of a moment where we're seeing rising anti-Semitism with a young audience that's heavily influenced by what they see online. So all of these factors feed into why we're at the place we're at.
No, absolutely. And were you in kind of across the Wireless Festival? If you were advising the Wireless Festival, would you have done things differently? And if so, what would you have done differently?
Well, the first thing is that sounds complicated from a PR perspective. You have one mouth and two ears. And what that really means is that you need to listen. You need to be hearing what people are saying. The doubling down of the statement by the organisers did not help. But if I were advising at this point, first things first, it wouldn't have been a crisis because this is a completely foreseeable set of outcomes. It's not a booking that should have been made. And trying to encourage people to come along the journey with you after you've already laid out the path, it's too late. So essentially, the process that they went through was trying to kind of hoodwink people into their way of thinking, and it just didn't work. And especially the government taking swift action. But the government is really only acting in accordance with what people seem to be thinking. I think a YouGov poll points to 60% of us agreeing with this.
Absolutely. However, pre-sale tickets sold out. So there clearly are a number of people, and tickets for his latest concert in LA sold out. Clearly there are people who will look beyond this and just think about the music, aren't there? Is that a factor, do you think, that might play in the minds of brands and organisations like those behind wireless?
It's a really important point. And I, looking at me, I'm definitely too old to be going to music concerts like this. My nieces, I asked them their opinions. They're around the kind of 17, 18 mark. Their response was, first of all, they didn't know why Kanye had been removed, but they love his music, but they don't like him. And that tells you something that actually there is this shift. You know, there is a lot of debate around whether or not you can separate art from artist. There is a popularity, and there does need to be work from a Kanye perspective in terms of his profile and positioning in the environment. But ultimately, he can't do that on a stage. He has to do that. He has to do that atonement, that work, that connection with different communities behind the scenes so that actually it's seen as real and true. From a brand point of view, we can see the challenges. We can also understand that fans will join in with that artist. The issue comes is that the brand has to then be accountable. And if the brand won't shoulder that burden, the festival hasn't got a leg to stand on, unfortunately, and that debate loses water immediately.
OK, Josh, it's absolutely fascinating to talk to you. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you.
Let's take you back to our